Yo, Stacy's in his house. What is up? Happy Father's Day. Today is Father's Day. I said that really funny. Today is Father's Day. So happy Father's Day to my daddy-o up in the sky. I was going to say heaven, but for some reason I felt like heaven started with an S in the way that I was going to say it. But happy Father's Day to you, Dad. I love you so much wherever you may be. We miss you down here on Earth. But my dad was a really, really amazing teacher, you know what I mean? I wasn't so close to him as I once was when I was a little girl. I was daddy's little girl, you know. But he did indeed taught me indeed taught me so much that I value so freaking much, and I hold so dear to my heart, because I realized that I am just like him. Like, you know, I don't want to get into it because it'll be too much to say, and I definitely don't want to get emotional, because ladies and some gentlemen know that you know, when you get closer to that time of the month, you get emotional. Like today, for example, when the soccer game was going on and Mexico won, which congratulations Mexico, felicidades a mi Mexico, vamos Mexico, vamos. They won against Alemania, Germany, which is freaking amazing. It was a wonderful game. They both played really well. When they panned the camera across Mexico, and all the players were like literally crying. Well, maybe not all of them, but I saw Chicharito crying, and like it made me cry because I got emotional. I was like, oh my god, it's on a vlog or a video. It depends which ones I end up doing, or both. So you'll get to see that. But I'll touch base on that right now. I just wanted to go back to saying happy Father's Day to you if you are a father. You know what's crazy? That all my friends from high school, or when I was growing up with them, even if they went to different schools, it's crazy to think that they're fathers now. Like, they have children. I don't know, sometimes I just think to myself, like, I'm still in this high school mindset where I'm like, or I still feel like we're in high school, like it was just the other day, and now it's kind of like, whoa, like, I, like, for a second have that split thought of, like, dude, we're still young, like, you have a kid, you know what I mean, like, that kind of thing. But then I snap back into reality, I'm like, hello, we're almost in our 30s. Come on. So it's crazy though. It's so crazy to think that like my high school friends, peers have kids already. It's crazy. Yet I'm still not married or anywhere near having kids. Just emotional, you know what I mean? Like all in good time though. Anyway, let's move on. Father's Day, right? So if you have any father figure in your life, whether it's, you know, biological father, or, you know, a grandparent or a guardian or a stepfather or whoever it may be, the most important people in your life, the most important fathers, all the fathers, happy Father's Day to your fathers, and to you if you're a father, and all the fathers that may be listening. I don't think I have any fathers listening, unless it's like some of my high school friends. Then what's up? Happy Father's Day to you. But yeah, I keep hearing a puppy crying outside, and I don't know whose puppy it is, but it makes me sad to hear the puppy cry. Right. Anyway, so today I woke up feeling very productive for once in so long, and that this is not even really being able to sleep last night. Well, like when I say I can't sleep, there's times when like I really can't sleep and I'm like lying awake in bed at night, but I didn't sleep the whole entire way through the night, as I'll wake up randomly. That happens a lot. I wake up with a lot of times throughout the night, so I don't get like a complete, you know, rest without waking up. It's rare. But I woke up feeling good today, like refreshed, and that was yesterday having a really like a day where I was feeling down, you know what I mean? And after I talked about everything I talked about, I felt a lot better. And that's just a process, you know, when you're going through something, you feel it, you feel all the emotions, and you're good for some part of the day, and then the next something may trigger something or make you remember something, and then you kind of get bummed out again. But then it's like up and down throughout the day, you know, and then you just kind of realize like tomorrow's another day, and tomorrow, you know, it's time to, you know, get the gears, kick the things into gears. I don't know what that phrase is, but So today I woke up, I felt good, and I was like, I'm gonna take advantage of feeling refreshed, feeling good, and start, doing what I gotta do. And I was also excited because the game was gonna start at 8 this morning, 8 a.m. in California. I don't know about all our other places, but so I was excited to watch it. Now that, they're in the Copa Mundial de la FIFA. So Mexico did amazing. The score was 1-0. I'm so happy. It was really fun to watch, even though I was alone. I didn't have anybody. And I was thinking it would be so great to have my girlfriend here, or my mom, or at least my best friend, or somebody here, but I only have my dogs, which is cool. It's cool. Aladdin too, my parrot, was on the other side of the house. She was whistling away. It was cool. But one day I know definitely I'll be able to have like a little shindig with maybe my best friend could be there, maybe my mom could be there, my girlfriend will certainly be there, our family, the little family, future family will be there, all that fun stuff. And I always picture like how cool it's gonna be when I get a Mexico jersey. Those, like, I love them. I think they're so like beautiful, the green and just the colors of it. It's just so pretty. I want one so bad, but girl, I got some bills to pay, or boy, I got bills to pay. I don't want to single anybody out, or hey you, I got bills to pay. So one day I definitely will have that, and it's gonna be so cute, because then my girlfriend could have one too, and we could be matching, and then we could take a cute picture, and it's gonna be like, oh, so cute, put it in the scrapbook, baby. Anyway, I'm talking so much. You want to know what the reason I'm talking so much and so fast is? Because I'm normally like this a lot, but I had chocolate, like a ton of chocolate, like not just a little bit, like I had a whole bunch of sweets, a lot of sugar, because I made a video. Shout out to you, Aiden, because thank you so much for sending me all that Cadbury my way. It's a giant box of just Cadbury and like just delicious sweets, right? And so I tried a lot of them. Didn't try the whole entire box, because there are certain things that like I was like, I already tried the roses, which I freaking love, and then obviously the sort of chocolate, it was like too much to go through all of them, so I just said I'll do that for like a vlog or another video. And then there was another one, which one was the box of like a whole bunch of candy bars. You'll have to see if you watch my video, but yeah, I wanted to do that. I like doing that kind of stuff. Like, I know it's not something that a lot of, I can tell that it's not as liked as some of my other videos, because obviously you can just tell, like, when people really don't comment or they don't really watch that kind of video, and your other videos do have more of the views that tell you that they like that. But I like doing these because I like to just try them and like give my random little opinions or like comments to it. Which, speaking of comments, I made a commentary to the game earlier today. I was just in the mood. I was just like, you know what? I'm just going to start watching and just commenting. But it was like, it was fun. I find it fun. So when you are doing something that you love, like your passion, or just doing something that you genuinely love to do, it's fun. You know what I mean? It brings out the fun in you and what you're doing. And so that's what I was doing. So now I'm over here on a little sugar high, and I was actually like thinking, man, I just kind of want to lay down and I just want to relax and watch a bit of YouTube or work on a video. But I was like, nah, YouTube sounds a little bit better. I haven't really been able to catch up too much on on stuff like I used to, but I want to take advantage and relax for a bit, because I'm, like I have mentioned before, this next Friday that's coming up, it's, a long time, or maybe it's long ago for you, but I'm going to be having a lot of work soon, so I'm not going to really have time to do a lot. I'm going to be busy. And so I got to enjoy my last week of freedom for now. But I'm excited because I love doing that work, and so I get to see just to see how everything else, or how this year's classes and scenes go, and it's fun, it's entertaining, so I'm excited for that. But yeah, it was really cool to see how many Mexico team supporters went to Russia to go watch them play. And I'm excited for the next one. It's on Saturday, and yeah, it's fun. I was thinking earlier, like, I wonder what these players do after. Do you hear the dog? Oh, it's crying. I don't know where it's coming from. But I was thinking, I wonder what they do. Like, of course, probably eat, because, you must be hungry. So they go out and maybe celebrate, enjoy the night out with their loved ones. Oh, that must be so cool. I love love. You guys already know that. But you know what I love about love? Is seeing older couples in love. Especially the ones that are like in their 70s or 80s or 90s and they're just still hanging on, to each other, or like holding each other, or they have all the cute little memes of them, and I love them. Like, my heart literally melts when I see an elderly couple in love. Just like hashtag relationship goals for reals. And that is what I can't wait to have with my boo. My wife in the future. Just grow old and still cracking silly jokes, still shaking our booties. Oh, I can't wait. I mean, I could wait. Trust me, I could wait. I don't want to age that fast. But I can't wait to be celebrating our 70th year together. Oh, it's so cute. So cute. That means that we would be 7, 8, 9. We'll be 90. Okay, I don't know if we're going to live that long. I think so. We'll be in our 90s. If that's... Yeah, okay. Anyway, enough about that. But yeah, I think it's so cute. And then, oh my gosh, and the stories where they where the old, like the older man, I don't know, I don't want to be disrespectful, I don't know how to call it, but he's an old man, you know what I mean? The old man, the boyfriend or the husband will be taking care of his wife when she's sick, or he'll be watching out for her, like old stories like that. Or when I've seen so many stories where one of them is really sick and then one passes, and then literally the other one passes because now his companion is gone, and I'm getting emotional again. It's just so sweet to think about, Oh my gosh, look at me. I'm a typical teenage girl movie. I'm emotional, I ate a lot of chocolate, and I'm about to start sometime soon. That's probably TMI, but it's okay. You guys understand what I'm going through. Especially if you're a girl, or if you're a guy that has a girlfriend, or if you're a parent. I don't know. But anyways, again, with the anyways, I'm sorry. I need to cut back on the anyways. So, I tried this chocolate today called a twirl. If you're from the UK, or if you've ever tried it, then you know what this is. That chocolate is so crazy. It literally took my taste buds on a trip. Because I bit into it, and as you if I bite into it, if you watch my video, you'll see, because I up close and personal it with the actual little bar, right, the little chocolate thing, the chocolate candy, and I look at it, and it just looks like, I don't know, to me it looked like somebody just drizzled a whole bunch of chocolate over and over and over and over and over and over again until it dried in this form, and then they dipped it in chocolate, so when you bit into it, or when you would bite into it, it all crumbles into your mouth. I don't know how to explain it, but it was just I was in awe. And that one was my favorite one out of all the little Heroes chocolate, because that's what it was, the Heroes box of chocolate twirl. It was delicious. So I can't wait to have that one again. But right now, I don't even want to think about chocolate or eating another chocolate, because I stuffed myself with a whole bunch of sugar. Anyway, oh my gosh, I forgot to tell you guys, I actually got donuts the other day. $21 for donuts. I know. I could have literally gone to, what do you call it? Krispy Kreme, and gotten, all their delicious donuts. Anyway, well, could have gotten a couple of dozens with that, I think. I think they're $12 each. So technically, who cares? The other day, they were actually... You buy a dozen and you get another one for $1. I think it's so cool how Krispy Kreme does that. Yep. Okay, next topic, because I'm just randomly saying random things. I do hope that you guys are enjoying this podcast. I haven't really seen too much of a response, whether a few of you have messaged me on Instagram and said, I really like your podcast, I really like what you're saying or what you did, and that's cool. And it makes me happy, because I'm thinking oh, these people are so sweet. Everybody who has messaged me is so sweet to take the time to just say, you know what, that was really nice. I really enjoyed hearing it. Thank you for doing that, because it's really nice. I mean, I know a lot of us don't really like to, leave comments or reach out to somebody and say, because, some of us are shy, some of us are timid, some of us just don't like to do that, or, but if you do, even if you don't, and you do like my podcast, thank you so much for liking it. Thank you so much for even dedicating a little bit of your time to listen to me just ramble about random things. It really does mean a lot to me, and I hope that you'll still continue to be here as the days go on and the podcasts go on. And again, I'm not too sure what the heck I'm going to do this upcoming week, because I have work, and I don't know if I know I can make time, but I don't know if I should make time, only because I am in a time crunch and I have a deadline with these videos. So we'll see. But I got up today, as I was saying earlier, and I washed my lights and my darks, and then I watched the game. I had breakfast, of course. I watched the game, and I made a video for that. Also filmed a little bit from my vlog, and then after that was done, or in halftime, or was it before that? No, after the game, I fed the puppies, and then as my dogs. But every time I say that, I feel like I've got a whole bunch of puppies around. I'm like, yes, that would be amazing. We had puppies. I mean, my puppies. Speaking of puppies, I want to play with puppies. I just wish that I could, like, the other day, I think it was yesterday, I tweeted out, I just wish I could, like, lay in the middle of a mound of puppies and just have them, like, be super, like, cuddly and cute and nip at me. You know how, like, little dogs nip, and they'll, like, nibble on you, and they'll bite you, and that's all the same thing, and you know what I mean. Like, just be cute. Like, puppies are so adorable. All dogs are adorable, but, like, puppies, like, when they're just so, like, bouncy, and they run, and they skip, and they hop, and all this. My best friend Jess had showed me that our friends, Laura and Monica, had got a new puppy, and I was like, oh, I want to go see the puppy. I want to go play with the puppy. Like, literally, I want to hold a newborn baby, and I want to play with puppies. But I feel like, no, I don't really have friends around here that have puppies. And if they have gotten puppies, ain't nobody tell me. They didn't tell me anything. But I do. I just want my friends to have puppies. And I know Monica and Laura have a puppy. But I also don't want to be like, hey, can I go over and play with your dog? Like, you don't really do that, you know. I mean, some people do. Anyway, but that would be so cool. It would make me happy. I just want to play with a puppy. I want to hold a puppy. You know how cute it is to hold a puppy? You probably do. You probably just... I feel very annoying in this podcast. I feel like I'm just kind of like, oh my gosh, please just be quiet. Those of you who are like to listen to me talk, this is great for you, because it's like, this is cool for you. But others who normally just are here to listen to advice or just to see what this is all about are probably like, okay, I'm gonna click off now. So if you've been listening to me up until this point, thank you so much for still listening to me. But yeah, I want to play with the puppy. Monica, Laura, if you guys are listening, please invite me over to play with the puppy, please. I'll bring goodies or something. I don't know. We can go out to eat and then play with the puppy. I just want a puppy. Right, so back to what I was talking about. So I did do laundry. Then I did the video for what I had thought about when I was commenting on the game. And then after the game, I fed the puppies. And then what else did I do? I washed some dishes. And then I got down, to cracking on creating a video. So I did a video, then I took a shower, then I changed again, and then I shot another video for the candy one, right? What I just told you about, the Cadbury. And then now I came upstairs and I was like, ooh, I'm gonna lay down. But then I was like, oh, no, I gotta do my podcast. So now I'm here doing the podcast. And, you know, that's something that has worked for me, is when I'm feeling like a little bit lazy, or I'm feeling like, oh, I don't really want to do it, I will like push myself to do something different, like to just do something where it doesn't require me to just think about things and lay down, like think about, you know, like overthink things, like, oh, should I do this, or should I do that, or I should be doing this. So I just kind of was like, the good thing is that I gave myself something to do, which was podcast, like record the podcast. So I'm right here recording the podcast. Well, duh, I mean, you're listening to me. So this kind of helps me, especially because I eat chocolate and I eat sugar, so then I'll have a crash, like a sugar crash. But this is helping me not have a sugar crash. And you know what sounds really good right now? A burger and fries, In-N-Out. Ooh, yeah. Or Burger Town USA. Woo. Them fries and them burgers. Anyway, so it was very cold this morning. It was overcast. I think it's like in the 70s where I live. And I love that weather. I love it because it has been hot as heck all the other days. And so to have a nice, cool, calm, like breezy, it's been breezy all the other times, but the air is a little bit hotter when it's hot outside, obviously. And like recently it's been like blowing in cold air. So I'm just happy and I'm enjoying it. It was like this yesterday too. Now the sun's coming out a little bit, but it's still the air is still fresh. But it's cool, and I know that within the next couple of days it's going to hike up back to 90 in the 90s. So yeah, aside from watching the game alone because my girlfriend is at work. She's not even in the States, and my best friend is at work, and my mom is at work, and everybody's working, and I'm just here. But I'm working from home, so I guess technically that means I'm working. So I guess I'm still doing good, I am doing good. What am I saying? I gotta give myself some credit. I am. So I hope that your day is going well or your night is going well. I'm not too sure where it is, what time it is, wherever you may be in the world. And yeah, I'm thinking, should I talk about the question that my dear friend Crystal, because I was like, the other day I asked on Instagram, and I was like, hey, does anybody have any questions that could help me for my next content? And literally nobody messaged me back for that. So I was like, okay, I guess nobody needs any advice, which is cool. I was just hoping that there would be, topics for me, because I do run out of topics. Like, I'm not always on my game with trying to figure out what to answer or coming up with topics. This is why I just end up talking about random things that just pop into my mind. But you know what? At the end of the day, I kind of like it because then I'm just randomly talking and I don't have anything scripted or anything that would just not make my podcast feel like homey or like you're talking to a homie or, two different things. Like one is like home at home, like comfy home, and the other one's like a homie, like what's up, you my homie. So yeah, so nobody really answered, but that's okay, because one day I'll have a lot of people giving me a topic, like I used to once, and even more than like I used to once, and it's gonna be awesome. And then I'm gonna have so many topics, and I'm gonna have so many videos to make. And then I'm gonna be like, whoa, how am I even keeping up? So, back to, what I was saying about Crystal. I had asked Crystal, because I know Crystal always comes through. So, shout out to you, Crystal, because whenever I ask, she has a question, and I'd be like, and so this time I asked, I was like, hey, do you have any, like, ideas for a topic or any questions that I could turn into videos, something like that? So, she asked me about like maybe I could make a video talking about like relationships. I'm gonna butcher this because I can't even remember exactly word for word, but she said about how to keeping the relationship healthy, and also because of her concern, because I don't know if it was exactly her, but she wanted to know, or she came up with the idea, which is like the concern that you are spending way too much time with your girlfriend or boyfriend or your significant other, and like kind of letting go of your priorities, and how you can make sure that doesn't happen, or I forgot the last part of it, but it's basically along the lines of like not letting your priorities slip through the waistline, pretty much. So I said the biggest thing that I said that I can say off the top of my head is communication. If you have a concern, it's always a good idea to discuss that with your significant other, talk to them and just let them know what's on your mind, so you guys can be on the same page. I think that's really, really important, to be on the same page. And, you never know, working together on your priorities, hers or his or theirs and yours and the ones of your relationship together could really, really, really be beneficial. You guys could really form a power couple. And sometimes you'll see that working together on your priorities or having the same priorities because you guys are on the same page really helps the relationship a lot. You guys realize that you guys work better together than apart. If those are your concerns, and you both have to figure out how to not allow that to happen, where you guys actually get time apart and you have time to work on whatever you want to work on. But just know that, but for you two, just to know that you guys are both on the same page. Because then if you go ahead and just try to do your own thing, like, they might, it's not a for sure thing obviously, but they might feel like they're left out, or like you don't really want to spend time with them, or you just don't want to go about it the way that would just make things worse and stress you out, either of you out or the both of you out. So I think the best thing to do first is communicate. You know what I mean? Like, just you lose nothing with talking about it, communicating, being on the same page, figuring things out from there, and then trying things together, or apart, or see what works best. That's the great thing about just trying. Trial and error. You figure out what works and what doesn't. And I think that is really what you're gonna find to be beneficial for the both of you. And from there, you'll see if, like, if your priority, for example, would be to wake up every morning and do all of your errands in the morning, or do all your work in the morning, and theirs is different, then that would be time that you take out of your day for yourself to do that. And then it's just about figuring it out and just taking the time to see how you both work together and apart, and you'll slowly figure out what's the best, and how you like to work, and how they like to work, and how together what you can do together, and what is best to just I feel like I'm just repeating myself now, but I'm actually kind of feeling a little self-conscious about this podcast because I'm just everywhere. But yeah, I think it's essential to talk things out, and if you have a good heart by your side, somebody who genuinely cares about you and your concerns, and cares about the relationship, and cares about themselves, like, you should have no problem being able to talk things out and listening to their concerns as you would like them to listen to your concerns and all that, but yeah, that's just what I some of what I said in the video. I said a lot more, but the gist of it is literally just to communicate. And I know it sounds like super, like, common sense, but it is. It's something that some of us just forget to do, or don't really stop to think that's what it is. And it's like one of the basis for a relationship, to forming a relationship, any kind of relationship. It doesn't even have to be like an intimate relationship, but just to talk it out and just communicate, so I hope that helps. And ultimately, if you have priorities, you are the driving force for those priorities. So if you begin to stop doing them, or to forget about some of your priorities, like, you're ultimately in charge of getting back on track and handling it yourself, because that's your priorities, you know what I mean? They're nobody else's but yours. So take charge, take control, but yeah, I think it's about time that I end this let's call it a vlog podcast, because I talked a whole lot about nothing. Just kind of shared my day with you, my Sunday, and a little bit of advice for that question. And yeah, I guess I just also wanted to say, I wanted to also say that I hope that in hearing me, that I woke up today, despite having a down day yesterday, well, half of the day, I decided to make the best of the day today, and I put 2 different colored socks on. Or is it the same? Never mind, they're the same. despite having, a down day, I ended up doing my best to be productive today. And excuse me, even though maybe I really didn't have the desire halfway through or something, I could have had something like that come up where I'm just like, oh, I don't want to do it. I pushed myself. I kind of just didn't double think it. I did what I was talking about in the other podcast where I didn't think about it too much. I just did it on impulse. And so I said, okay, the game's over. Time to kick in the gears. Got to feed the dogs. Got to, do this, do that. And then as soon as I was done with that, then I said, okay, time to shoot the video. It sounded like I was going to say shoot the villain. Shoot the video. Film the video. Did that. And, I just kind of just kept myself going, kept myself going and going and going and going. So try that. You lose nothing in trying that. Maybe it will work for you as well. And you'll have learned something new, or you have learned something new that works for you. So, yeah, thank you for listening to me. This one was definitely shorter than all the other ones. I looked at yesterday's and it was like 57 minutes and I was like, what the heck? Or the last podcast. But thank you so much. Again, happy Father's Day to all the wonderful fathers out there. If you still have your father in your life, no matter who that father figure may be, cherish them. Cherish every moment you have with them. Enjoy the small little things, the happy things, the smiles, the laughs, being able to talk to them. Because, you never know when they may be here or may not be here the next day. And that sounded like a downer. So let's end on a happy note. But really, though, happy Father's Day to all of them. You are incredibly lucky to have whoever it may be that you see as a father or your real father. I don't know. I'm just talking random things now. But whoever that father figure may be for you, if it's your own or maybe a grandpa. I said grandpa. That should be a new word. Grandpa. It's like grandfather, but it's like grandpa too, but grandfather. Interesting. Okay. Yes. So enjoy your day, and I will be back next podcast. Hopefully you will be back as well. If you want to see more of me in real time or hear more of me in real time, please check out my social medias. I don't really exactly know where, but if you just you could Google if you want, but if you just go on my social medias and then type in my name, Stacy Solis, STACY space SOLIS. Had to throw in the space in there because, why not? Don't want to leave the space feeling left out. I should pop up. Thank you again. Oh, and by the way, because I didn't finish that sentence, and if you like what you see, please do follow, and let me know that you're listening to this podcast. I want to know what you guys think. I want to know if you have any topics for me, all that cool stuff. And I'll talk to you in the next podcast. And remember, if there's one thing that I want to call to mind, there are actually 3. No matter the highs, the lows, always be certain to do good, be grateful, and stay humble. Bye.